Good evening, students. In this particular video lecture, we shall see on the course content topic titled Rectifier Type Instrument, which is also known as PMMC based AC meter. Similar other topic we shall discuss is thermocouple type instrument. Other name for that one is true RMS meter. RMS means root mean square value. So both meters are PMMC based meters. Why? Because the output is recorded in terms of angular deflection indicated in the PMMC. The input given to these two meters is AC input, maybe AC voltage or AC current there. So as part of the class objectives, you can take it as the students will be able to learn about AC voltage measurement using PMMC based AC instrument or rectifier type instrument. Similarly, you will be able to learn about AC voltage measurement using thermocouple type instrument or true RMS meter. Also, you will be able to learn about AC current measurement using PMMC based meters. And after completion of the class, what you are being expected is you are expected to present your skills in the form of the students will be able to discuss in brief about rectifier type instrument. The students will be able to draw the schematic or block diagram of rectifier type instrument. The student will be able to define Seebeck effect of thermoelectric instrument. The student will be able to draw the schematic or block diagram of thermoelectric or thermocouple type instrument. The student will be able to write on the principle of true RMS meter. So in this, the first question discussed in brief related to understand level CDLL question. The second level is second question is remember level question, and third one also define giving definition is remember level, and drawing schematic or block diagram is again remember level, and last one write on the principle is on the understand level question there. So in this rectifier type instrument, these rectifier type instrument, it is a combination of bridge rectifier and PMMC based meter. So there is a current limiting resistor is there, so to avoid damage to the bridge rectifier, as well as to avoid damage to the PMMC. So it acts as a series resistor which is going to limit the current values. As part of the bridge rectifier, we have 4 diodes D1, D2, D3, D4. It may be germanium diodes or silicon diodes. And PMMC, already we have studied about the PMMC characteristics are IM and RM. IM indicates the full scale deflection current value, and RM indicates internal resistance of the meter there. So the given input is AC voltage, and the range of measurement for AC rectifier type instrument is 50 to 250 volts or 10 to 15 milliamperes, and it shall be operated on under the only the low frequency operation. We cannot use for high frequency, that is under radio frequency range we cannot use this particular rectifier type instrument here. And once you see the schematic what it is been given, the AC input is there, input voltage it is given to RS current limiting resistor, which is going to restrict the current levels, and the low end of current is being passed through diode circuit. So here let us take a positive half cycle. Whatever the dashed line I have drawn, it is related to the positive half cycle. So the positive half cycle starts from the AC input supply, then through RS, the current passage will be through RS, then through D1, then it will be passing through PMMC, then it will be passing through D3, and then back to negative of the supply. So why? Because D1 and D3 are in the forward biased. For the positive half cycle, D1 and D3 are in the forward biased condition, so they will be in the conduction state. Whereas coming to D2 and D4, sorry, D2 and D4 are in the reverse bias condition for the positive half cycle, so they will be in the non-conduction state. So for the positive half cycle, D1 and D3 will be in the conducting state, and in the negative half cycle, D2 and D4 will be in the conducting state. So we are going to have the complete AC waveform. The purpose of rectifier is to convert AC to DC. the positive half cycle AC is being converted to DC by using D1 and D3. The negative half cycle of AC is being converted to DC by using D2 and D4 there. So this has to be remembered, and accordingly the PMMC is going to record the values. So usually the whatever the AC is been converted to DC, and that DC will be in the form of pulsating DC form. It is not a pure DC form, so it is a combination of AC component as well as a DC component. So the AC component referred in terms of root mean square value, DC component referred in terms of the average value there. So your PMMC is going to indicate the DC value there. The same is being represented in terms of the block diagram here. So VAC AC input, stable DC output, and then output deflection proportional to VAC value there. So whatever we have discussed, it is written in the form here. D1 and D3 are forward bias for the positive half cycle, D2 and D4 are reverse bias for the positive cycle, which means D1 and D3 are in the conduction state. So positive half cycle of AC is converted to DC. Similarly, for negative half cycle, D2 and D4 will be in the conduction state as they are forward biased with respect to negative half cycle, and accordingly negative half cycle of AC is being converted to DC there. So this is the input waveforms, bridge rectifier input and output waveforms. You can see a sinusoidal nature drawn from for a cycle of 0 to 2 pi. Positive half cycle is from 0 to pi, and negative half cycle is from pi to 2 pi there. So once you see between 0 to pi, the positive half cycle is being converted to AC is being converted to DC, and here D1 and D3 are in the conduction state. Negative half cycle, that is from pi to 2 pi, D2 and D4 are in the conduction state, so it is being converted to DC. So what is happening? A bidirectional waveform is being converted to unidirectional waveform. This bidirectional waveform is referred as a AC waveform, and unidirectional waveform is referred as a DC, pulsating DC waveform here. Let us see the output parameters for this pulsating DC waveform. So for this pulsating DC waveform, so we are going to have two parameters. One is average value and the other one is root mean square value. So this average value is what we can have. The average value is DC value, which is nothing but 2 Im by pi. What is this Im? Im is nothing but a peak value, so peak current value, and pi is 3.14. So once you evaluate, IDC will be equal to 0.636 times of Im, which means 63.6% of total current is nothing but your DC value. Similarly, once you evaluate RMS value, IAC equal to Im by root 2, which means 0.707 times of the Im. That means 70.7% of total current value is nothing but your AC waveform. So AC is going to dominate the DC in case of the pulsating DC waveform, and for this DC your PMMC will be detecting that, and it will be indicating that particular average value IDC equal to 0.636 times of the Im there. So usually what happens is PMC meters are being calibrated in terms of the RMS values. So it is going to indicate the DC value, but the values are being calibrated in terms of the RMS value here. So how we have got this IAC equal to Im by root 2, 0.707 times of Im, and IDC equal to 0.636 times of Im. This will be discussed as part of your EDC1 subject there. So there you are going to do the derivations, and accordingly you are going to get these things. So for this particular EM subject you have to remember this, but actually as part of the EDC you are going to evaluate those particular parameters, and further we can evaluate what is the sensitivity there. So we know what is the sensitivity. Sensitivity is nothing but output by input, and preferably in case of PMC, how we are going to define is sensitivity is defined as a reciprocal of current value. If at all it is DC sensitivity, I will write 1 by I average. If at all it is AC sensitivity, I will write 1 by IRMS. So once you see the overall circuit, for the overall circuit, ever consider all the resistances. So RS is there, limiting resistor, RM is there, internal resistance of the meter, 2 diodes are conducting, 2 times of RD. This is the total resistance, is equal to what? Voltage given divided by full scale deflection value, V by IFST. So RM is known to you. Once for a given PMMC, RM is known to us. For a given diode, RD is known to us. For a given voltage, AC voltage, we are going to measure. So for a known voltage, V is known. IFSD is full scale deflection of the given PMMC. So once we know all these parameters, we can design RS value. For a given rectifier type instrument, for a given PMMC values, we are going to find out the RS value. That is nothing but your design of RS. To further to write in detail, so we can have RS equal to SDC into V minus RM minus 2RD. So consider that RS design equation. In that 1 by IA average, you can replace with the DC sensitivity SDC into V minus RM minus 2RD. In case of DC operation, the RS design equation is this. In case of AC operation, what happens? This S becomes SAC. So this SAC is a variable value. So why? Because RMS value is a variable value, so we cannot consider this. So what we can have is this SAC can be replaced with SDC. In what manner? SAC equal to 0.9 times of SDC into V minus RM minus 2 times of RD. Where from we have got this equation? We are going to consider a form factor. The form factor is defined as the ratio of AC component to DC component. What is the AC component here? IRMS is my AC component, I average my DC component. Substitute those values, you are going to get a value of 1.11. So this I average by IRMS, I want to see it is 0.9. What is this I average? 1 by IRMS is SAC, 1 by I average is SDC. Substitute that, you are going to get SAC equal to 0.9 times of SDC there. And this is the design of RS. Similarly, once we see the limitations of rectifier type instrument, one is effect of AC waveform. If at all any deviation from the sinusoidal nature, it may introduce a 5% error. Let us take, instead of sinusoidal, we are going to take a triangular waveform, square waveform. All are AC waveforms. The sinusoidal AC means it shall be purely sinusoidal. If at all any deviation is there, it is going to cause a 5% error. Similarly, as we are using in the rectifier, diodes are being used. The diode will have a resistance and diode will have a capacitance, which is referred as diode rectifier resistance and rectifier capacitance, which may have an impact of error there. Non-linear characteristic of the diode introduces the error. As we are considering a diode, it is going to have a non-linear characteristics. If at all it is non-linear characteristics, there is a possibility of getting error. And also more error in case of high frequency operation. At the start I have introduced that it shall be applied only for low frequency operation. Why? Because for high frequency operation, actually this parallel component shall be equal to diode resistance, but it will not be equal to RD, rather it will be equal to XCD, which is 1 by j omega CD. Omega is increased, your XCD will be decreasing, so you are going to have a lower value. So that is a disadvantage we are going to get. Similarly, effect of temperature variations also we are going to see there. We have studied about whenever temperature varies, diode resistance is going to be varied. So these are the three limitations we are going to have. To avoid this, we have to go for a proper design of the rectifier type instrument. So the limitations causes error, which results in poor sensitivity and low frequency operation, it shall be applied. Okay, thank you.